Why don't you start off with introducing yourself?
My name is Mike Werling. I farm here in Decatur, Indiana, with the address, and I love conservation farming. My great-great-grandfather settled here in 1847. He was the third owner of it. The two before him were more speculators. So I own property that my great-great-grandfather farmed.
All right. And how did you start?
I grew up farming. My father did, and it's my lifestyle. I started with Dad, doing our livestock, working with the pigs and the chickens and the dairy cows, and moved on to hay and on and on. So it's the life. I bought my first field in, let's see, 78, I believe, my first farm. And it's all on the St. Mary's River here. The first field is right behind us. It's sloping ground down to the bottom, and I never liked to see erosion. When I started, we were still moldboard plowing, Dad and my uncle. So I just didn't like erosion. So I started figuring out ways to avoid erosion. And when I had farmed more ground by myself, I needed less labor, a little smarter farming. So I moved into no-till. Yes, since I've been working this job to promote conservation to other farmers, other agriculture, I have realized that it's very hard for people to change their attitudes, not just farmers, pretty much population in general. So it's a challenge to get people to adopt conservation practices. So it's an ongoing effort. Well, right here you can see the cover crops growing. I have no-till and cover crops on 100% of my ground. I have grassed waterways. I have wasp cobs, water and sediment control basins, as the water flows downhill to slow it down. I have filter strips along all my waterways along the river, 120 feet. I have buffer strips around the upland areas along the woods, along fence rows. They're a little narrower, probably 16 to 20 feet. I have two fields now that are in drainage water management structures, so I can control the water table level, the water in the ground, by how I set them boards, the rear boards. That's new yet. It's a practice we're learning to raise and lower the water level in our ground. Number one, it stops the flush of the tiles. So I know and I believe that I am keeping more phosphorus and nitrogen on my soil because of the studies that are being done in these type of systems with the drainage water management. This is Cyril rye, crimson clover, and Austrian winter peas. I have grown many other species, 17-way mixes in a field, sun hemp, sunflower, buckwheat, sorghum sudan, flax, kale, all this stuff. This field will be planted into green, which is one of my new practices. I will come in here and plant directly into this growing cover crop, and then roll it and crimp it after it's planted to terminate the Cyril rye. Cyril rye, when it's jointed, if you bend the stem, will die. So I'll lay this heavy mat on top of the soil surface and let the corn grow through it. I say it's a lifestyle. I don't know why I would want to do anything else. It's in my blood. I want to make this ground better than the way I received it. And with our soil health, what we're practicing, we can improve our soil. I've improved my organic matter on this from where we're standing, probably from 1.8% to when it was a woodland soil. This was all woodland areas. to, I have, my average is 3% organic matter right now. I have some spots that are in the 5%. So I know we can raise organic matter, we can improve soil. The soil tilth is better, the looseness of the soil, the granular soil. Not just beginning farmers, but every farmer, when you want to try a new practice, find someone that is doing it now. Get a mentor. Ask them all the questions you can get. Let them help you figure it out. I think a farmer-to-farmer mentor is the best thing you can do. When I started this no-till back in the late 80s, there was nothing on it. We didn't know. We made it up as we went. There was a lot of mistakes made. I've made all the mistakes that could be done. I would love to help you avoid some of the mistakes I made and move faster than what I did.